All right, I just want to do a short video highlighting my Gomez Sim Industries Interlock. I'm making the video because I feel like it deserves a lot of attention because it's an excellent product, and I was super happy when I opened the box, and it was much better looking in person, and it felt amazing to hold. And after all the anticipation and the pre-orders and the waiting for it to ship and for GSI to get all the parts to put it all together and get it out to us, it was definitely worth the wait. If you're not familiar with this product, it's their newest product. It's the least expensive thing they sell if you're just buying the button box itself. With the button box and this Ultra rim, which is their in-house design, I think it came to like $813 with 10% off pre-order bonus. Unique to this product from other button box and rim combinations is this LED matrix that will display flag color, gear number, and radar arrow. Also unique to the Ultra rim itself, the LED matrix is integrated with the rim, so if you were to take this rim off, the LED matrix comes with it. It's powered behind by pogo pins. Behind this rim is a standard 70mm bolt pattern, but the Ultra rim itself only uses 3. We wanted it to be an all-in-one product, which is cool. The negative is if you buy any other rim, you're going to have to buy an $85 add-on LED matrix that will work with all the other rims that you buy, essentially the D shapes, the round rims. Another thing that is unique to me, at least, about this wheel is that the grips don't feel like the standard GSI material that they use. Now, you can see it is a magnet for dust, but normally the GSI wheels come with some kind of a coating that makes them slippery off the bat. And I've held FPE V2 P1s and I have an X29. They all start slippery and they take time to break in. This particular model, at least, came in nice and grippy, and the shape also is unique from any of the other GSI wheels I've felt. There's a very nice palm swell in the front and a finger valley or slope in the back. Your hands really sink in there nicely. And initially I was holding it a little bit too high. My thumb and index finger were making contact, and I'm like, this feels weird. Why did they do it like this? But it was me. It wasn't them. It was me. You got to get your, hold it where your thumb is on this slope here. And once you find the right place for your hands don't move while you're driving. And I typically drive with about 16 Newton meters of torque. So back on the base, I'm going to plug it in and show the startup sequence. It's advisable, I think, so far. If I can find there it is. All right, let me silence for the behold the startup sequence. I think it's advisable right now to use the default lighting profile from GSI because when I was using an ATSR, it didn't have the radar arrows. And I actually asked in the Discord, how do I enable that? And they said it's already enabled. And I realized it was because I pretty much didn't use the GSI lighting profile from the start. So I put it back on, it started working, and I was happy, and it looks great, and it pretty much does everything other custom profiles do anyways. So I think that's the one to go with, the standard default profile. The lights have a cool reactive feature, or the buttons rather, on button press. Oh yeah, I keep putting this back on, but look how cool the detail is in this wheel. Look, the neat little halo effect or eclipse, I don't know what you would call that, RGB surround, but that's I mean, just a little attention to detail on these cute little buttons they got here. Yeah, so just look at the detail that they put into this. I mean, every line, every groove, every button placement was well thought out. I mean, even though it's not a small amount of money for essentially what is a toy, but if you work hard and you can afford this kind of thing, you expect to feel quality when you unbox it and you hold it and you use it. And this product does not disappoint in that regard. You feel like your money was well spent. The other unique thing, before I put it back on again, keep putting it on and taking it off, is these grips actually are detachable, and they are going to have different grips that you can swap in and out. Shifters are very quiet as long as we're back here. Clutches are basically silent until they bottom out. neat feature of my wheel is it was signed by Jose Gomez per request. They do that for free. All you have to do is send them an email if you're ordering. Just ask. He said in the Discord that they had to get a laser engraving machine because whoever they were using for it was having problems, so they bought their own, and he's excited to use it. So definitely get yours signed. All right, back on the wheelbase, let's do some driving. All right, I got LMU booted up. Let's just go through the lighting profile colorways. You can start with the RGB matrix. You got green, aqua, prime, purple and blue, white and yellow, and I like green. And then as we're on Sierra right now, we'll go up to prime, mint, cool, and aqua. Let's stick with Sierra. Can't see. Okay. All right, let's get into the car. And on the formation lab here, you'll be able to see the activity from the matrix for the blind spot. There you go. You got the whole left side of the wheel is flashing me along with the RGB matrix pointing an arrow that way. There's also, I don't know if you can see, but there's 4 flag lights on each side and the RPM strip. It's pretty small. I know they had mentioned that it was this thing is really tightly packed. I think if they were going to do anything differently, maybe they could have just left that off. But I understand the desire to make as feature-packed a product as possible, and it you definitely can see it. I mean, I have all the lights on because I'm recording, but when it's off, it's certainly bright and it certainly shows up. I just happen to have a 7-inch DDU in front of it, so my eyes are mostly going to be on that. But I will say, the matrix does not go unnoticed. I notice the matrix while I'm driving. I notice what gear I'm in, even if I'm not looking at it. So it's definitely helpful as another reference point for your gears. It shows up very nice, especially with the lights off. So that's your radar. And let's go off road here. Maybe we'll get a flag. I think the race has to start for the flags to go off. So be right back. All right, race has started. I'm just gonna show the pit limiter. Pretty cool pit limiter effect, and then going off-road, get a flag to initiate yellow flag. The entire wheel will flash, including the matrix. All right, I hope that was a good highlight, video of what the wheel has to offer and how I feel about it. I definitely think it's an easy product to recommend. It's very high quality, feels great to drive with, has well thought out RGB elements. The fact that this rim comes off and can be replaced with other rims, kind of an added bonus, because in this form factor, this is a daily driver in this form factor. And I think some people have actually bought more than one just so that they can keep this intact in this Ultra configuration. GSI is an amazing company that I've come to learn through the process of pre-ordering this. And there was unexpected delays due to part unavailability. And all that was well conveyed to the community on the Discord throughout the entire process. Jose Gomez himself, the owner, is in there sometimes minute by minute, answering questions and giving people updates and showing behind the scenes photos of the product in its various stages of development and manufacturing. And it's just the access that you have to the company through the Discord is like unprecedented in my experience. Sometimes other Discords, other companies, even the simplest of questions take days to get an answer. Where in the GSI Discord, he said he keeps it on while he's working, and he pretty much answers every question almost the second it's asked. And if it's not Jose Gomez answering the question, it's Dan Suzuki, which is awesome because Dan's like a celebrity to most of us. Yeah, buy the wheel, support GSI, drink the Kool-Aid like I have. Pay the money and feel good about it. I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. Any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. Appreciate it.